Hey, what's up everyone? You're joining me, Carvell, for another edition of Carvell's Closet, where in this I give a pretty much big recommendation to a film that I think you guys should all go and check out, and this week is going to be no different. The film in question tonight is the 1992, I want to say? Yeah, 1992 classic Batman Returns. Now, this is the first Batman film that is making it onto our list, and it will be the only Batman film making it onto our list, because I don't want to be overzealous on my love for Batman. So I've just picked out of all the Batman films, this is the one that I would recommend the most, because I think this is one that is very much well forgotten. So I'm going to give you a quick rundown of everything that goes on in this film that you need to know without giving anything away, and then a little bit about the characters and the actors who are in this one, and then I'll give you my recommendation. So the basic plot to this film is, following on from the previous events of the first Batman film, pretty much Gotham is getting ready to celebrate Christmas, and in this, one of the big villains from the DC universe has kind of arisen, and that becomes in the form of the Penguin. And pretty much he is running a gang of sort of circus freaks, and they are planning on just taking over Gotham and just destroying it in any way they can. And it is down to Batman to come in and save the day. That is pretty much the plot I'm going to give you the film. I'm not going to tell you any more about it because that would spoil it for everyone. Now, some of the characters you are going to see in this one, of course, you've got Batman, you have got the Penguin, like I mentioned. Another character you'll see, we get to have Catwoman makes an appearance in this film. And then there is, of course, Alfred is in this one, and loads of other characters who you will recognise if you are a big DC fan. A lot of these characters will stand out to you. But more importantly, who is playing them? So, in the lead role of Batman in this film is return from Michael Keaton, who did play Batman in the first film they did back in the late 80s, which had Jack Nicholson in this one. So Michael Keaton reprises his role as Batman. Most of you will remember him from a previous video we did where he plays Beetlejuice in the Tim Burton film. And he also starred in the recent Spider-Man Homecoming film as well as a villain in that one, which is really good to see. If you haven't seen Spider-Man Homecoming, go and check that one out as well. So of course, playing the role of Penguin in this film is the legend that is Mr. Danny DeVito, and he is just absolutely superb in this role. I think it's going to be very hard if DC do decide to do any films that do have the Penguin starring in it from a sort of like a big time cinematic release. He has set a bar which is going to be really hard to beat. So yeah, I think it's going to be really tough to try and beat his portrayal of the Penguin, because I absolutely love this rendition. Another actor you will see in this one is everyone's favourite nut bar. It is, of course, Christopher Walken, and he is just superb in his role in this. His character name is Matt Schreck, and like he's sort of like a big business executive who gets involved with the wrong people, and hence why lots of the madness that does take place throughout this film, he is directly involved in it. And lastly, the woman taking on the role of Catwoman is of course, everyone's heartthrob of the 80s. It is Michelle Pfeiffer. Now, she's done lots of different roles over the years, but this is one of those pinnacle roles where she really stood out and kind of like made her mark on Hollywood. And I think I can agree with, like, I can speak for a lot of people who did watch this film at the time. A lot of people were just seeing her in that kind of really tight-fitted leather catsuit. A lot of guys at the time were going crazy for it. Admittedly, I was a bit too young. I didn't quite get it, but now, as a lot older, watching it back, I kind of get why everyone had the fascination. So the reason I'm recommending this film is because out of all the films in the Batman franchise, I think this is one that kind of gets ignored a little bit. I mean, you've got the first film that they did, which of course had Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson in, which was absolutely fantastic. Then this one came out. It kind of got brushed under the carpet a bit because I think the plot of the film is set at Christmas, but it was released in the summer, so it kind of didn't have that appeal that was needed. And then subsequently, the films that followed it, Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, are two films that everyone wants to forget about the Batman franchise, but you all remember for the wrong reasons, and that's why I would never recommend those films. And then, of course, we've got the Christopher Nolan Bat universe, where we had the trilogy starring Christian Bale. And then, of course, you have got the recent Batman appearances, which have had Ben Affleck in them, which, again, for all the wrong reasons, everyone is kind of picking up on those. So that's why I felt that Batman Returns is one of those films that, if you are a fan of Batman, this is possibly one of those things you might have missed, but it's also one I would definitely recommend checking out, because there's no backstory going on here. It's just straight in, with the story, with the action, and that is what I love. So on our rating scale here at Carpe Diem, of One Little Fishy being absolutely tosh and Five Fishies being an absolute classic, this one easily gets Five Fishies, because I absolutely adore Batman, and this has always been one of my favourite Batman films for as long as I can remember. Even though I love Bale playing Bruce Wayne and Batman, and I love what Christopher Nolan did with the Dark Knight trilogy, this one is still my absolute favourite, and I definitely think you should all give it a chance. So what do you guys think? Do you agree with me? Is Batman Returns one of the best Batman films and that people should go and check out? Or do you disagree? Do you think people should just completely ignore it? Let me know what you guys think by dropping us a comment down below. I'm always intrigued to hear your guys' feedback. But until next time, I've been Carvell. Thank you very much for checking out Carvell's Closet. Big shout out to Mr. Adam Childs for making these videos go out like they do every single week. And thank you guys for checking them all out and staying interested in what we do. And until next time, don't forget to like and share and subscribe to the Carpe Diem page here on Facebook, on Instagram, and on our YouTube. And until next time, I will see you. I'll see you again. Take care.